I'm Alan Combs. Lines open, 877-367-2526. Ron in Boston, hello.
Yeah, how you doing, Alan? Long time listener, first time caller.
Well, it's about time.
I'm confused. I don't know if I'm a conservative. I'm a Christian, but I don't know if I'm a conservative, a liberal, a Democrat. I believe in capitalism. I believe in free markets. I mean, I don't know where this country is going, and what's this Bill Ayers and Fox getting smashed, and this guy Bill Ayers is running Obama's like puppet master kind of thing.
Well,
What's
the Bill
going on with that
Ayers
whole
story,
thing?
that's 5 years old. I mean, that was debated during the last presidential race. If the Republicans want to fight the same fight they fought 4 years ago, they're going to lose again. If you want to bring up the same issues, Bill Ayers, Jeremiah Wright, we adjudicated that 4 years ago. That was already litigated, and they lost.
Apparently, it's getting brought up again, though.
But let them bring up the same. Are they going to fight the same fight that they lost 4 years ago?
I mean, I don't know. I'm like Democrat. I'm Republican. I believe in, separation of church and state. I believe in there should be more regulations on the pharmaceutical companies. I don't want to get started with that. You know how that goes, and this whole Florida orange thing, Well,
I have this attitude that most people are basically liberal. I mean, most people want to be left alone. They want to be free. They don't want to be told what to do with their bodies. They don't want to be told who to marry or who they can't marry. They don't want to be in other people's business. They don't want the government in their business. They want protection to a certain extent, certain regulations to make sure that people don't get sick, and clean air and clean water. And they don't want child labor. I think most people are basically liberal, but they don't want to define themselves that way because they've been brainwashed to believe that liberal is bad by a very well-run conservative machine.
You know what? I totally agree with you, and I hope most of your listeners do. I just want, success for this country. I want my children 50 years from now be able to not worry about a housing crunch like we're going through now,
right,
and to have jobs and bring back World War II era. Post World War II. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Well, post-World War II, don't forget, we had one of the most progressive presidents of all time, FDR, who put people to work by the Works Progress Administration, the Tennessee Valley Authority, putting electricity into rural areas, having the government do all kinds of stuff to make sure people were working. Today he'd be called a socialist. Social Security started during that area, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation to protect people's bank deposits. I mean, the kind of stuff that happened post-World War II, or after the Depression in particular, by Roosevelt, are the stuff that's conservatives would be driven nuts by that today. I mean, they want, Roosevelt also wanted health care for all. Teddy Roosevelt, many years prior, a Republican, but a progressive, wanted health care for all.
But that was a thriving era. That was a thriving era where there was work, there was money in the country, our GDP was up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but one of the reasons there was work, though, is because Roosevelt created work by investing in infrastructure, by putting people to work and creating government programs that put people to work. Anyway, thank you very much, sir. Ken in Dearborn, Michigan, hello.
Hello, Alan. I just wanted to say Obama is certainly incontrovertibly correct in extending the equal rights to employees of Catholic institutions. I am Catholic myself, but I just want to make a quick comment in regard to the lady who loved beagles who called earlier with the suggestion that men should sign some kind of paper stating that they're going to raise a child. I wanted to say it's not as silly or far-fetched as it might first appear. In fact, I think in an ideal society in the future, we might be able to enact some legislation that would grant a man a right to have the pregnancy seen through to birth, so long as certain provisions regarding the woman's health are present.
I don't think you can ever force a woman by fiat to bring a fetus to term. That is absolutely absurd to suggest that a man could sign a piece of paper to force a woman to do something with her body that she does not want to do.
Except, Alan, if I just may present this one scenario to see if this changes your opinion. Picture a couple who is pregnant and looking forward to a baby on the way. Then, meanwhile, some man commits an assault against the pregnant woman that ends up terminating the pregnancy against her wishes. Now, wouldn't you say that a crime has been committed not only against the pregnant mother, but also against the expecting father? And for that simple reason, isn't it safe?
I don't know that you can make that claim in a court of law.
No.
First of all, you can't always prove who the father is. Secondly, it really boils down to whose body is in question. It's the woman's body. Keith, and that's something men really get through their thick skulls. Keith in Las Vegas.
Hey, Alan, how you doing?
Hi.
I got a slightly different perspective. I look at this like drunk driving kind of. It wasn't always illegal in this country to drive drunk. It didn't become illegal until it became a problem and people started getting killed by drunk drivers. So the government had to step in and make federal laws against drunk driving. I think it's the same kind of thing with abortion. I mean, how many more people have to die before somebody steps in and says, well, let's put some kind of control measures in place here? Because right now, a woman can drink herself to death in her living room, and there's no laws to prevent that from happening because it's her own body. But if she drinks, gets behind the wheel of a car, now we say, whoa, you can't do that because you could potentially kill somebody. And that's the point. With an abortion, it's not just her body we're dealing with, it's two bodies.
Well, again, I'm not sure that I would agree with that or that most people would agree with that. It is her body. It is not a person. We don't have a person. It's a fetus. We're going to go through this debate all over again, and I'm glad this show's almost over because I don't want to spend the next 3 hours talking about whether a fetus is a baby again like we've done three times this week.
Alan, you can agree. It's being a fetus. We were all fetuses. It's all part of the life cycle of being a human.
It is not a human. It is not a person.
But it's
it
part
is
of
a
the
fetus.
life cycle
We're
of
never
being
going to
a
agree
human, right?
on this, and it's a pointless conversation.
But were you a fetus, and was I a fetus?
I don't know. I wasn't really conscious at the time. But thank you very much. Some would say I'm not conscious now. It is time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank God it's time for Radio Graffiti and to go home because I don't want to spend the rest of the show talking about whether a fetus is a person. Hello.
It's Ray Cerrone. I'd like to get to work on your infrastructure, if you know what I mean.
Hello.
Ex-CIA Susan Lindauer predicts a false flag nuclear attack on the U.S. to make us attack Iran before...
Okay. Hello.
Kiprex and Bolo vote, Be My Valentine.
You got to have your radios turned off and have a phone that we can understand. Hello.
Wow, and
Hello.
is it me or does Rick Santorum's daughter look like a tranny?
It's a disgusting statement. Hello.
Ellen, why aren't you impressed by the fact that Ron Paul never took $1 from a lobbyist?
I'm terribly impressed. Hello. You're on.
Word to describe in Russian Albany Street is homosexual.
Hello, you're on.
The crisis in Greece is heading here next.
It is a totally different economy, a totally different structure, and we are in no danger of happening what happened in Greece. Hello.
Since he is gentle and knowledgeable, Mighty Gerhardt says you do not need to fear to get into a discussion with him on it.
Hello.
If a woman don't want to be forced to have a baby by taking away her right to abortion, she should keep her legs closed.
And you should be just the man to make sure. I'm sure, sir. I'm bet with your problem, with you around, I'm sure that's not a problem for women. Hello.
Hey, Linda K, call me.
Hello. Hello.
Happy Valentine.
Hello.
Personal responsibility, jackass.
You're on.
Why are you scared of Michael Savage, Alan?
Yes, I'm very, very afraid. Hello.
The pharmacist at the all-night drugstore accidentally gave me morphine instead of Viagra.
Hello.
You can't be free when you want bigger and bigger government.
Hello. Hello.
I just married my boyfriend today.
That's lovely. Hello. You're on. Hello.
Legalize gay marriage and...
Hello.
At the bottom rung of the Mean Chicks clan, in the hotheads branch of the conservative family tree, is Michelle Malkin.
You're on.
I love you, Alan.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
You're talking about the babies and, or a fetus and whether it's a baby?
Hello.
Huh?
You're on. Hello.
Is there any such thing as a black Chinese person?
Hello.
You are dumber than you look.
Is that a good thing? Is that a compliment? I think so.